We have ordered 17,000 from China.
Ventilators?
Yes.
So
That we would pay for, roughly $25,000 each. By the way, anyone who says, oh, maybe you don't need that many ventilators. You're saying 30,000 ventilators. You don't need that many. You don't really believe you need that many. You know how you know I really, really believe that number? Because we are paying $25,000 per ventilator, and we are broke. And the last thing I want to do is buy a single ventilator that I don't need. The complexity with ventilators is we ordered 17,000 from China. So did California, so did Illinois, so did the federal government, so did Italy. Anyone could have told you a lot of these things, right? The situation I just explained with purchasing. Did you really have to learn that 50 states shouldn't compete against 50 states, and then FEMA shouldn't come in late and then compete with 50 states? You know, it's not like you had to go to the Harvard Kennedy School to learn this, right? Should you really have a hospital system in New York State where you have private hospitals, you have these struggling public hospitals, there's two separate systems, the upstate is separate, Long Island is separate. Shouldn't you have planned a comprehensive system? Yes, but the commercial barriers to that, the political barriers to that, were so intense that if you didn't have a disaster, an emergency, you couldn't break through them. Conversation I had with these hospital leaders yesterday in that room, if it was not for the coronavirus, I would have never made it out of that room. I mean, what I was saying was so antithetical to the foundation of the business of healthcare in this state, which, by the way, is a multi-billion-dollar business. It's right, it was common sense, but sometimes you need the emergency to force change that would be very, very difficult otherwise. It is almost impossible to buy a ventilator. To the extent anyone is successful in buying ventilators, FEMA basically came in and is now capturing the market because the ventilators are coming out of China, and FEMA basically bigfooted the states in China. So to the extent anyone is buying it, it's FEMA. And that's why the federal distribution is going to be so important, because they are the only ones. I can't buy a ventilator. I can't buy a ventilator. Whatever we're willing to pay, I can't buy a ventilator. So it really comes down to how the federal government distributes it, and that's why it's so important.
I'm Egberto Willies, host of Politics Done Right, an independent news program. I post several news videos of interest every day. I ask you so kindly to subscribe to my channel, and please leave me some comments. Thank you very much.